The lost sheep parable is perhaps one of Jesus' simplest illustrations, and it might just be one of the most beautiful pictures of God's love for you and me that we'll ever need to embrace, because it shows that God's love is so powerful that He will find us even when we stray. In Matthew chapter 18 and 11 through 13, Jesus shares this parable. He says, "What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray and gets lost, will he not leave the 99 on the mountain and go in search of the one that is lost? And if it should be that he finds it, truly I say to you, he rejoices more over it than over the 99 that did not get lost. Just so, it is not the will of the Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should be lost and perish." But wait a minute. Did what Jesus just said really make sense? If a shepherd is guarding 100 sheep, one strays, he leaves the 99 to go after that one. Will not the others scatter because they are left unattended? Won't he come back and find that his job has become an even bigger task, because now instead of looking for one sheep, he may be looking for 20, 50, or maybe even 80? Well, I thought this didn't make sense either until I understood this simple backstory. You see, in those days, a flock of sheep was often communal, meaning that it belonged not just to one person, but often to an entire community, such as a small village. There were often more than one shepherd helping to watch over the flock, so it was usually a small group of shepherds, not just one man. Because these animals were the source of wealth, food, clothing, milk, etc. for the community, every sheep was important to help sustain their group. So it was important that not one be lost. When one sheep was lost, because every sheep was valuable to the community, one of the shepherds was given the assignment to find that lost sheep. These shepherds were expert trackers and could follow a sheep for miles. While he was away, the rest of the community would be watching and waiting for him to return with that lost one. And once they saw him coming, everybody would begin to celebrate because he found the lost sheep. The other shepherds had kept the other 99 sheep, so they were all safe. Jesus used this story illustration because it was something common that everyone could relate to, and because they could relate to it, he could easily express God's love for his children and his people. The two principles or the big ideas for the story are: 1, God loves you and me unconditionally, and even when we stray away from him, his love compels him to come and find us wherever we are. And 2, no matter how much messes and mistakes you and I have made in our lives, no matter how far we have fallen, God's love is strong enough to change our messes into miracles, our mistakes into new manifestations of his grace, and to reach down into any pit to pick us up and carefully lift us to his strong shoulders, where he carries us safely back to the security of his kingdom.